So we start with former President Trump indicted on 7 counts in the Justice Department's classified documents investigation. We are still waiting for federal prosecutors to announce the specific charges, and the former president right now is in New Jersey at his Trump National Golf Club in Bedminster. We have a live look this morning.
Overnight, the former president did repost a flurry of messages on Truth Social from conservative allies in Congress, many alleging that President Biden ordered this indictment or these indictments to take out former President Trump as the leading political opponent in the run for the White House. Mr. Trump again alleging a double standard in the justice system, as President Biden, among other presidents and dignitaries, was found to have classified documents in their personal possession as well. Now, President Biden has turned over about 20 classified documents and has not been accused of possessing any more. In comparison, the FBI found hundreds more classified documents at Mr. Trump's home even after a subpoena was issued. We'll be speaking with former President Trump's attorney, Jim Trusty, about this in just a few minutes. First, let's go to White House correspondent Allison Harris with more on this. Allison.
Adrienne, good morning to you. This is the first time a former president has been indicted by a federal grand jury. NewsNation confirms Mr. Trump is facing 7 charges related to mishandling classified documents and obstruction. Trump lawyer Jim Trusty, who we will be speaking to in just a moment, says those charges include conspiracy, false statements, obstruction of justice, and illegally retaining classified documents under the Espionage Act. And we now know those charges are coming out of the grand jury, not in Washington, but in Miami. The former president again preempting and scooping the news of his indictment by posting about it on his social media site, Truth Social, stating the corrupt Biden administration has informed my attorneys that I have been indicted. I have been summoned to appear at the federal courthouse in Miami on Tuesday at 3 p.m. I never thought it possible that such a thing could happen to a former president of the United States. This is indeed a dark day. The former president then releasing this video.
It's election interference at the highest level. There's never been anything like what's happened. I'm an innocent man. I'm an innocent person.
The White House and the Justice Department all not commenting. The DOJ traditionally speaks through its indictments and does not comment. Remember, the Attorney General took days to comment on the FBI raid on Mar-a-Lago. Remember, when that happened, Mr. Trump was found to have had more than 300 documents with classified markings at that private residence and club in Palm Beach. The search by FBI agents happened 2 months after Trump's attorneys said a search had not turned up any more top secret details and materials. Adrienne.
All right, Allison, what's the reaction so far that we're seeing from all of this?
Yeah, we're really seeing Republicans on Capitol Hill galvanizing this morning. We were anticipating that yesterday, coming to Mr. Trump's defense, decrying the indictment and accusing the DOJ of weaponizing itself against the former president. They have been making that argument for a while, even before knowing any of the evidence in the case that has been built by a special prosecutor, because that indictment remains under seal this morning. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy also speaking on this, tweeting, "Today is indeed a dark day for the United States of America. It is unconscionable for a president to indict the leading candidate opposing him. Joe Biden kept classified documents for decades. I and every American who believes in the rule of law stand with President Trump against this grave injustice. House Republicans will hold this brazen weaponization of power accountable." President Biden defending the independence of those institutions ahead of news of this indictment on Thursday.
I have never once, not one single time, suggested to the Justice Department what they should do or not do relative to bringing a charge or not bringing a charge. I'm honest.
And people in Mr. Trump's camp believe that this ultimately works in Mr. Trump's favor for 2024. They believe that people will see this as more noise, especially knowing that President Biden and former Vice President Mike Pence are not being charged for having classified documents in their possession. It is extremely important to note they cooperated once those documents were discovered, which seems to be the difference here. Although it's also important to note we don't know what is in this indictment. We don't know the specifics of the case that this special counsel, Jack Smith, is bringing against Mr. Trump. Adrienne.
All right, Allison, thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.